Okay, everybody, so starting soon. Let's go over a fat trade because this was a nice setup, the setups I like, and the one everybody should wait for. We made a nice trade on fat after he broke this downtrend. So I just want to explain from fresh how I came up to this conclusion and why did I enter here and not on other levels. So let's open a clean chart. Okay, let me see what I got here. Okay. Okay, so let me go from here. So first of all, I always look at the main time frame, so the daily, to see what's going on, and I try to look for some kind of sideways motion that happen in the trend. In this particular trade, FAT BTC, there was some kind of sideways accumulation, but not as much as FAT USDT. So if we were here, for example, and I remove this part, mhm, trend was starting to get flat, but not as much. So I thought probably we should wait a little bit more because the trend was still making a lower lows, as you guys can see here. Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. So it's still in a downtrend. Sometimes when I see an higher low, that's when I get in. So the trend is trying to oh, the trend is trying to go upward, right? In this case, there was a little one here, but of course, I wasn't that sure that that could have been a pretty clear reversal sign. What I did though, to to make to make things more clear, I look at USDT too because right now the USDT market is pumping stronger, and it's kind of sometimes anticipating what it might happen. And most of the time, I mean, if USDT looks great, especially on those coins that get listed on Binance, because this coin didn't pump yet. As soon as it got listed, it's been dropping, 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 dropping. So I was like, it's gonna pump at some point. So in USDT market was getting straight. You can see the three bottom that happened here. So because of this was getting flat, and it was a new coin listed on Binance, and usually these new coins, they pump both in USDT market and both in BTC at the same time. I thought, you know what, maybe it is a good trade. So I went back on FAT BTC, and I wanted to look more closer and see if I could spot new things. First of all, I like to trace my main levels on the higher time frame. So if I'm here, I would trace straight horizontal levels that come from lows and highs pretty much. If I can connect both, that's even better. So the trend here was dropping, and then he had a jump up. Okay, so this is a level for me because there is a, I'm assuming there is a, oh, this magnet. Okay, I'm assuming there is I'm assuming there is some kind of a wall here, the wall made by buyers. Okay, so the trend is going down, and boom, jumped pretty good on this level here. Okay, so That's a level for me because there is some support. Then trend kept going lower, 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 lower. When did we really had a nice bounce? I mean, here there are few bounces, but this is the main one. Okay, that's another strong bounce on another, let's say, wall. Okay, and then again it dropped, dropped. Here was not that strong. Here it dropped again. It didn't bounce that strong, and that's what I was looking at this area where it was not dumping too much, but it was kind of going sideways, almost at a little drop, and that's the area I wanted to focus on to look for a possible reversal or some sign of bounce, stronger bounce. Okay, so because of those studies on price action, I traced the first level here. Okay, and this level matches up with this, so two touches. This is a support that turned into resistance, so that's a perfect level right there. That's another one. That's another strong bounce that I noticed. So I'm gonna trace that level. Okay, and look what happened. This is the same. This was support, then it broke down, and boom, act as resistance. Okay, and I mean, if you remember, this was my selling level too. If I go back in the other chart, see this level? It was my third TP. Okay, my third TP. That if I go on 1 day chart, it was pretty much. This is what. This is a 1 day. BTC. Okay. No. This was this level here. Okay. Let's make it pink. Okay. Pink. So that was the same level. Okay. Let me move this. This was the my hold level though. Then I traced another when I where I put 1 2 and 3 TP. I'm gonna show you how later on in the smaller time frame. Okay, so let's go back on our chart here. So I'm on at the daily. I'm still tracing my horizontal level, the main ones. I can remove these things here. Don't need those things anymore. Okay, I got two levels, two important ones. Okay, then I can go inside and look for other. So I switch to 12 hours and I look for other levels, other important ones. And I can see that the trend is kind of stopping here so many times, right? This is another little level that I would say. Okay, trend touches here, bounce, test the previous level, drops this support, and retest this support. So that's why that's another level for me. Okay. Oh, here we go. Same thing happened a level below. Right here. Why? Because trend has been going sideways, up and down on resistance support, breaks down, goes up, retests the previous support that is now resistance, and made another level. You guys can see, so it's going lower, 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 lower. So it's here when I notice the first higher low. Okay. So this is kind of telling me, oh, watch out, because it's making a higher low. If it keeps going higher, it might reverse. Okay. On the other hand, previously was just making lower lows. Okay. Here there was making one that I noticed, but then it failed. Okay. So it was not good anymore. It was making lower low, lower low, lower low. So now it's making a higher low. And I'm like, okay, let's see if it can go up from there. Okay, so I start to see new things here. So I trace first of all my Fibonacci retracement to see how much this trend corrected. It's about 70-70. Oh, 70-70 alarm in my brain, because I like 70-70 bounces. So that was my first thing. Okay, these things might look good if it bounce from here. Then I start to trace some downward channels. The first one was the one that is part of the call, connecting those three touches. So it was a 1, then 2, and then 3. Okay. So this is a downtrend resistance that I want it to break. If it breaks, it's positive. Then I trace also another line connecting those two lows to trace a flat downtrend channel, or it's not a falling wedge. But this is not as important as the top one. The top one is the one that I was really looking at. Okay. Oop. Here we go. And I can still do those studies on the higher time frame if I want. But if you want to be more precise, you can even go closer, but the levels won't change, of course. Actually, you might get maybe a little bit more confused on the lower time frame. You can adjust your levels better, I guess, in the lower time frame. But I like to think straightforward by looking the higher time frame. And then if I notice few levels they break up and I want to find some entry on support, I then go look at the lower time frame to find my entry. Anyways, we were around here. Okay. Oh, this thing red kills my eyes. Let's make it white. There you go. So I was here, 70% bounce. Okay, you know what? Let's look at these things. I don't want to. I could have bought here, but it was very risky. I don't have any kind of indicator that are telling me yes, we're going up from here. This was very risky. Yes, the candle closed, but still volume still low, still dropping. I don't have anything really to say that that's a good buy. Then oh, then I see a nice red candle, a green candle, but I'm not gonna buy there because it's too late, right? And then it starts to break. And here it comes. Should we buy at the break? Well, probably not. This could be a buy on a breakout, but we know that the breakout might be risky. Why? Because it can just make a false breakout and just drop. So I missed the first spike. What happened here? On this spike, we broke above. What is it? Here? We broke my channel. We broke above horizontal resistance, the blue one. Okay. So two levels that for me, two things that are indicating a bullish sign. We are making a higher, this higher low is now confirmed. So it's three. So I got my higher low, breaking downtrend, and breaking horizontal level, and actually making now a higher low, and higher high, sorry. So this is the high, and this is a higher high. Okay. Now I'm like, okay, now it's time to buy the correction of this spike. Okay, correction, which would have been on retest of the previous level. So resistance that's now is turning into support. Before, support was turning into resistance. Now it's the opposite. So resistance that's been broken is turning into support. And I mean, this is the best entry that we can get. As soon as we see some positive sign here bouncing on those levels, um, it's a great time to enter. And the best indicator by looking for our chart is this nice bullish engulfing there. Okay, so there's this bounce and a nice green candle that totally engulfed the previous one. Then the red candle stopped at half of this candle, which is still good to confirm the bullish engulfing, and then boom, the trend reached first level and second level. Okay. So this was the idea how I got into fat and why. That's all the process that I do, mostly based on price action, I would say, in breaking horizontal levels, and then I added also another downtrend level that would confirm the reversal. So many things that are confirming my idea. This is another one. So making another higher low. Higher low. Higher low, and this is a low, and we got a higher high. Sorry, that's the eye actually. Higher high, higher high. Okay. Why did I sold here? First of all, because there were three waves, and my three waves were not as precise, but for me was there were still three waves. So this wave, the retrace 78, this was the second wave, and this is the final one. 1 2 3 4 5. After that, I sold, and then we were on TP3. We made about what, 6R or 9R. So why risk to lose those R, which were great. Let me remember what we did on FAT. 6R. So that was good for me. And then my pink level was a strong one, the one that I found on the daily. Just remember that this nice level where the trend really bounce. So that's a nice level for me to keep an eye on. And if you want to go more into the price action, more ICT school, this is actually a breaker block. So if I go on, see if I can go 12 hours. can go even on 8 maybe. This little candle. This little candle here, it's our breaker block. This is the red candle where institution bought into it. Price reached this level, dropped. Block was broken. Every time this block is broken, that's why it's called a breaker block, because it's broken. And then when this block gets broken down, in the future, this block can act as resistance. First of all, it retests here first time, and then boom, right here you got to retest it again. So those levels are very important support resistance flip levels. Okay, so that's another reason why I sold there. What else? Well, the 1 2 3 4 5 waves, so the trend didn't break above these main levels, so that's important. That's why it dumped so hard, I guess, too. And then, I mean, the market then dropped all at once, so that's another cause of this massive drop. But you know, we did our trade, happy with that, and that's how I took the FET approach. Okay. Well, I hope you guys learned a bit from this video, and you know from now how you can interpret my analysis better when I talk about a breakout, wait for a breakout and retest. That's what I pretty much mean by saying that. And most of the time, especially in this market right now, we need to wait for this breakout and retest. Otherwise, that's not easy for me to say, hey guys, buy when this break. What if it breaks and then it doesn't retest and it keeps going down? That would be a fail trade. So because I want everybody to try to enter in the safest way possible, I'm just gonna wait for this retest and buy if it bounces here and go up. Because if it doesn't, it will go down, and I don't want you guys to enter the trade. Okay? Well, thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys later.